Hello Aries, Elsie here to give you a reading for the week ahead. So this is going into July, y'all. I hope you are well, Aries. Thank you for clicking here if this is your first time. And if you are my ride or die, thank you so much for clicking here always. 1,000 times of gratitude. I really am grateful to you. All right, and for those of you who have just clicked here today, I'm grateful you did as well. I hope you'll stay. And if you decide to stay, it'll be because of what you see in the comments, the beautiful, amazing, high vibe and tribe we have here. Yep, we're all just trying to get along. All right, here we go. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. This is you for the week ahead. Aries, if you're interested to know what is supposed to be going on this week, sneak peek predictions, please go to the link that I've placed down around about the 15-minute mark here. And you will be able to get to the sneak peek for the week. All right, here we go, Aries, for the week ahead. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Aries, please. Aries, excuse me for that great big cough. All right, Aries, there you are, showing up to your reading, right? Crowning energy. It's all about you. It's all about you and your Nine of Pentacles, dear Emperor. I feel as though some of you are in the energy of being single or headed towards singledom. And I feel as though it's always been all on you, dear Emperor, and so you don't really know any other way to function other than in the Nine of Pentacles energy. For some of you, the Emperors are married, and for some of you, they're not. I'm speaking to someone who is either thinking about, noticing, or is going to become single soon, because the Emperor is staring right at those Nine Pentacles. I believe that I'm speaking to someone who is probably, if not already in separation or headed for divorce, someone who is already single. I feel like, dear Emperor, that you are the one who either carries the business or you are in the upper echelons of a corporate management and the higher ups, I guess, and a lot of people depend on you for support, for finances, for whatever it is that you bring to the table. The Emperor, of course, if you're new here and you don't know who the Emperor is, I suggest that you go ahead and Google that. But the Emperor, in short, is all of the energy of all of the kings. The Emperor is the runner of the empire. So everything's on the Emperor, right? He's making hard decisions, the hard decisions that no one else wants to make. He's making it for the many and not for the one. So he's not making decisions for himself or herself, because this can be masculine or feminine energy. Please understand, we're not reading energy of males and females here. We're reading masculine and feminine energy, and the Emperor can be masculine or feminine. We all have those two energies, plants, animals, people, right? So it could be that finally you're taking charge of your life and becoming single, and you're used to carrying it all, right? Carrying the business, making your own money, taking care of whatever it is you need to take care of. I feel like in the past you knew that this is what you were supposed to be doing, or you had a feeling of this is what was going to happen in the future. I feel as though here you become connected to self, connected to the universe, and I feel as though you didn't really tell anyone that you knew that this was going to end up this way. And when I say end up, I'm feeling it's like those who are going, have separated from a spouse and are going through a separation. Right now, I think you're focused on money, dear Emperor. I feel like you're focused on money. And by the way, I keep saying Emperor because this is the card of the Emperor, but Emperor can be Aries. But understand that this can be something that is in your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or Jupiter. It doesn't have to be in your sun sign. For some of you, it will be, though. So I feel as though even though you knew that this was coming up, you didn't say anything. I think you have you've been looking at this this individual energy, knowing that where you were at was not the place you were going to be. So I feel like right now you're very concentrated or fixated on working, on money, on building your pentacles, building your financial empire, I believe. And we have the Ace of Cups. What you don't see, my love, is that there is love in the future. The Emperor has us back to the future, concentrating on the now, which is what we should all be doing, by the way. We should all be, very concentrated on the now. Because when you look too far back, my friends, it ends up being depressing, looking at, lamenting lamenting over things that you wish could have worked out different. And if you look too far into the future, you'll get anxious, because tomorrow never gets here, you understand, right? Tomorrow never comes. So every time we sleep and wake up, it's always today. So all we have is the now. But I think now, my Emperor here, you are concentrated on the now. And the now is what you're doing, is you're building your financial empire. Now that you've got some stability, you're building the financial empire. I feel like some of you have gone through maybe an awakening. The High Priestess is someone who is Pisces. So this could mean that you have Pisces in your chart. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or Jupiter, or anywhere in your chart, really. I think it's the big three. That's what it feels like. It feels like Moon and Rising. And so it could be Pisces and Cancer that you have in your Moon and Rising here. Scorpio too, I feel. Yeah, I feel like Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. So I feel as though what you don't see, Emperor, is that you don't see that there is brand new love in the future. Maybe you know it's there, but your back is to it because you're so concentrated on your pentacles. Now, we've talked about this before, because the King of Pentacles is a thing, and is in the energy of the Emperor, right? Because the Emperor has the energy of all of the kings. The kings and the queens report to the Emperor. So the Ace of Cups, I feel, is something that maybe you know is in the future, but you're not quite ready to take a good look at it here. It's kind of in the back of the mind, right? It's behind the throne. It's in the back of the mind because you've got other things on your mind right now. We have the Seven of Wands. Interesting. Four of Cups. Interesting, even more. Ten of Wands. Okay. Wow. It's like your readings, Aries, couldn't be any more loud and clear as I see them, hear them, feel them. So the High Priestess, of course, is someone who is a secret keeper, right? She is the light worker. I say she because there's feminine picture on this card, but we know that we're reading masculine and feminine energy here, and we are all both. So we have the High Priestess here, who is the keeper of secrets. Now, understand, a light worker, it's an unwritten rule when you are a light worker that you just don't share anything that comes to you. The universe blesses you with a certain amount of psychic power, I guess. And, you know, one of the things that you abide by is that you do keep the secrets of others, and otherwise that gift is going to be pulled from you. Now, we have the Seven of Wands, and I see the Seven of Wands two ways. The Seven of Wands is, yes, it's defensive energy, but I also look at what's behind the Seven of Wands, because in the traditional Rider-Waite and most of the other decks, the Seven of Wands is someone who is fighting off other people. I always look at what's behind the Seven of Wands because I feel like that's what you're protecting. And I feel like what you're protecting is probably some secrets, or you're protecting your psychic energy. I feel as though the Seven of Wands is coming up with the Nine of Pentacles, because I feel like you are in a battle for money. So for those of you who are going through separation, headed for divorce, you might be in a battle for money, feeling very defensive about some things that have gone on in the past. The interesting thing is we have the Four of Cups. I feel like someone somewhere has offered you a cup, dear Emperor, and I feel like you probably turned it down at the time. And I feel like you are working towards, right, Nine of Pentacles, working towards maybe getting a little more friendly with the thought of, maybe I shouldn't have pushed that cup away in haste. We have the Ten of Wands. I feel like you're going through a lot right now, and there's some burdens that you have yet to drop before you can move forward into this so sorry for the sounds outside. So you've got the Ace of Cups here, and I think that there's some burdens you need to drop before you are going to be able to see that cup as a viable love option or a new love. And the Ten of Wands, of course, is about, you know, taking all of those lessons that you've learned in the past, right? Because these are lessons that are forged in fire. You know, you got burnt and people burnt you, and it could be people taking actions against you, or things you had to take actions against. You just need to drop all that before you can move forward. You're feeling emotional about heartbreak. I feel like you've grown emotionally. That's what I feel. Since you feel more connected to yourself, since you have either had a spiritual awakening, I feel like you're putting it off. You're fighting it off. You didn't want to believe it. It almost feels as though someone here was religious and felt as though that they were doing something wrong if they crossed into the spiritual realm. And I think that after fighting yourself for a while, that you realize that the only way that you are going to be able to move forward and mature emotionally is if you decided to open your mind and not say religion was wrong or spirituality was wrong, but really look at it from a universal point of view and say, teach me what I need to know. And regardless of whether you follow religion or spirituality, or you're a hybrid like me who's grown up in religion and has turned to spirituality, I feel as though, Aries, that you have a mature kind of love now. I feel as though that says that you were kind of immature in your love. And so if that's the case, I feel like maybe you have just recently anteed up to the Emperor energy here. King of Cups, Three of Swords. I feel that your heart has been broken in love, and that falls in line with what I was saying before, that some of you are in a place where you had to give up a relationship or a connection that was not healthy for you. We have the Princess of Pentacles, who is the Page. And so I feel as though after heartbreak, after some growth, after fighting it off and just realizing that you are this spiritual being, I feel like you then submit to the universe, and the universe comes back at you with material plans or material wealth or material gifts or a new start in the 3D. I feel like this cup here is there for a reason. And it's because you are going to close a chapter and begin again. Look, y'all, I can't even. I know I've said it before, but for reals, right? That's just the way it goes, right? We have the World card, which is the last card in the Major Arcana, and it goes right back to the Fool. Yeah, I feel as though that you have closed a cycle. You could be dealing with someone who is a fixed sign. The World card is the end. It's the end of a hard time. It's the end of fixed energy. And when we're dealing in fixed energy, for those of you who have fixed energy in your chart, you understand, especially if it's in your sun sign, right? If you are a fixed sun sign cross watcher. But fixed energy is tough. Fixed energy is the line in the sand. You're like, here's the line in the sand. I'm not going back there again. I'm shutting the door. I'm putting the wood across. I'm putting the nails in, and I'm setting it on fire. It's done. It's done, right? We're closing the book, not, and we're throwing the book away, and we're opening a new book and starting a new chapter. And there it is. Now, I feel as though you're going to be willing to start a new chapter soon, because I feel as though there is something coming for you that's good in the future. And it's because I see that Ace of Cups there, Aries. I see the Ace of Cups there, which tells me that there is some new love coming your way. And whether it is a brand new person, for some of you it will be, or whether it is something that is renewed for those of you who are married, it could be a renewal of love. You've decided that you're just going to close the door on whatever happened in the past, and now that you've matured in the way that you love, I feel as though you're ready to begin again. It could be a renewal of love as well. There we go. You're ready to start new because you know that there's a soulmate out there for you. And I feel as though you're ready to speak up. It's time for you to tell this person finally how you feel about them. I feel like you couldn't say anything because you weren't mature enough in your emotional energy to do that. But now that I feel like you in fact are the Emperor, who in fact has the energy of the King of Cups, I feel like you've matured enough in your emotional energy or your emotional intelligence that the universe is allowing you to close the chapter and move forward again. So I feel as though you have a lot to say. The Queen of Wands, the Queen of Swords is the one that speaks up, says her thing. She could be a divorcee. This could be indicating that you have been divorced and now you're just not taking any crap. You're just going to say it how it is, regardless of who it cuts. You're just going to be honest because you don't have time for the back and forth. The Emperor doesn't have time for that. The Emperor is making decisions that are life-changing for others. The Emperor doesn't have time for you to poke them in text, for you to back and forth, the drama, the blocking, the blah, blah, blah. The Emperor comes in for one and done. So I feel as though you're making a decision, one and done, about this here cup. I feel 4 of Cups made you feel indifferent, and you said no thanks on the 4th cup. No, I don't need that from you. And I feel now that you realize that you had to go through a lot of lessons here, Aries, in order to be able to move forward here. One of those lessons is there is a new start, and the new start is coming with the Lovers. This is a choice, right? You will have a choice of what you want to do. Now, as we talk about the major arcana, there are 21 cards that are the major arcana. Right now, we have the Fool, who is Aries. We have the World card, which is all our fixed signs, right? That is Leo, Taurus, Aquarius, and Scorpio. You could have any of that in your chart. Don't have to, of course, but we do have Cancer here. Interesting, because we are in Cancer season. And the Cancer, the new moon is coming up in Cancer. So somebody could be making a decision very soon about speaking up to this person that they have a choice to love. This is a choice. The Lovers is something, the major arcana are coming at you anyway, right? We have the Chariot, the Lovers, we have the Fool, we have the World card, we have the Emperor, we have the High Priestess. This energy is something you have to deal with. You don't have a choice about whether it's coming at you, Aries, because it is coming at you 100. What you do have a choice in is how you respond or react. So some of you are going to turn away the opportunity and some of you are not. Some of you are going to go forward. For some of you, this cup means that there is new love here. Or for some of you, it means that there is a new love blooming. So take that as it resonates for you. But I feel like what you're doing here is, I feel like you're going to communicate with someone that you think you have a choice to love. And the Queen's telling me you're going to be very straight with this person, very curt, very cerebral, very logical. It's going to be logical rather than emotional. I feel like you do have the emotional aptitude to deal with what's going on here, but I also feel like with the Emperor, he mostly has to deal in logic, right? In mind over matter, because if he dealt in everything with the affairs of the heart, it just wouldn't work out. So the Chariot tells me that I feel like you're going to do this soon. And you might be doing it in Cancer season, right? So you might want to look up what the Cancer season is. And you'll be doing that in Cancer season, I feel. If you're not going towards this person in Cancer season, you are making the decision in Cancer season. Yeah, one of the two. And there we go. It's all going to give you balance, my friend. The decisions you're making are going to give you balance. You're ending a really tough cycle of either being silent or being betrayed, feeling betrayed. I feel like the Judgment card or the Justice card is here to tell you that balance is what is coming in the future. And there's your Queen of Cups, right? She is your match. Yeah, we've got masculine, feminine energy here. And when you take up all the energy of masculine, it leaves her free to be feminine. And when she takes up all the energy of being feminine, it leaves you the time and the energy to be masculine. And that's all I have for you today, Aries. I'm glad you clicked here. If you want a private reading, Aries, please look below. In the description, there is a yellow dot. You will find beside that yellow dot the link for Wizio. If you'd like to book for me over there, right now I'm at a 10-day turnaround time. So if you'd like to book there, my readings begin at $40. I'm going to go for now. Thank you so much, Aries. You know how much I appreciate you and love you. I'm going to go for now. Thank you. Bye-bye.